Those who have already joined, sit in any comfortable position. Just try and pay attention to your own body. Try and feel the posture in which you are sitting. Pay attention to internal sensations that you can feel within your body. And pay attention to your breathing. So start expanding your abdomen, then expand your chest, and then expand your shoulder and clavicle as you're breathing in. And then release your shoulder, release your chest, and release your abdomen as you're breathing out. Continue in this yogic breathing till we start the class formally with the blowing of the conch. Get ready to chant mantra Om 7 times. Make your sankalpa. I'm chanting Om, creating a protective energy field around me that keeps me protected from all external negative influences, antibodies, and viruses. I'm creating 3 layers of protection. On the outermost layer, I have 6 friendly creatures, an elephant behind me, a peacock in front, a tiger on my right side, a lion on my left side, an eagle above my head, and a black tortoise below me. Inside of that, I have a big ring with balls of fire. I'm lighting all the balls, allowing a firewall to go up all around me, creating a protective sheet around me. The 3rd layer of protection is from the subtle energy of the mantra Om. For those who have joined today, I will give you instructions as to where you need to focus your attention, the number of petals in the lotus that you will pay attention to, and the color, the energy of the color that will rise up from inside your Sushumna Nadi, inside your spinal cord. It will pierce out from the top of your head and fall all around you like a fountain. Make this visualization as vivid as you can. We start by Mooladhara Chakra, your attention at the perineum, between the anus and the genitals for men, and at the cervix for ladies. 4-petal lotus, red color. Take a deep breath for chanting Om. Take your attention to Swadhisthana Chakra at the spinal terminus, coccyx bone, 6-petal lotus, orange color. Increase your pitch further, take a deep breath. Take your attention to Manipura chakra behind your navel, 10 petal lotus, yellow color. Take a deep breath, increase your pitch further. Take your awareness to Anahata chakra behind your heart center, 12 petal lotus green color. Take a deep breath, increase your pitch further. Take your awareness to Vishuddhi chakra behind your throat pit, 16 petal lotus, blue color. Increase pitch further, take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Agnya chakra behind your eyebrow center, 2 petal lotus, indigo color. Increase pitch further, take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Sahasrara chakra, the center of the top of your head, 1000 petal lotus, white color. Increase pitch further, take a deep breath. Shanti mantras, if you know, chant along. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinamadidamastu Ma Viddhishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harigi Om. You will keep your hands in Linga Mudra. For those who joined today, you will interlace all the 4 fingers. Interlace all the 4 fingers. The left hand thumb will be standing erect. The right hand thumb and index finger will rotate around the left hand thumb. Keep your hands near your chest and mentally follow my instructions in making your sankalpa. I am chanting Mahamrityunjaya mantra for physical health and mental well-being. Chanting the mantra every day helps me maintain the best of health mentally and physically. All my brain cells and my body cells are operating optimally and in harmony with each other. I can feel your grace, my Lord, penetrating deep into my body, energizing each and every brain cell and body cell, keeping me in pristine health at all times. I bow down before you, thanking you from the bottom of my heart for keeping me in pristine health, and I promise to put in efforts from my side for keeping this body in a healthy condition, befitting for you to reside inside my body in your effulgent form. If you know the mantra, chant along. If you don't, just be in the vibrations of the mantra and let the sankalpa keep rolling in your mind. Reinforce it more and more in your subconscious. Om Triyambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Triyambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Triyambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Shanti 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 Harigi Om. Just slowly disengage your hands. Keep both your hands on your respective knees. Keep your body steady and immobile. In that steadiness of the body, experience the steadiness of your mind. And as you're focusing on your mind, be aware of the reduced dissipation in your thoughts. And as you're watching your thoughts, ask yourself a question: where is the next thought going to come from? The moment you ask the question, there will be a momentary blankness. Focus your attention on that blankness and try and increase the range or the duration of that blankness. Repeat 3-4 times on your own, focusing on the blankness before the next thought arises. Feel yourself completely grounded to Mother Earth. Feel confident that Mother Earth will always provide you for all your necessities in this life. Feel a unique surge of energy coming up from Mother Earth, penetrating your body from all the pores in your body, energizing each and every cell in your body, giving you a unique sense of confidence to deal with all external circumstances, be they pleasant or unpleasant. Then very gently open your eyes. You can stretch your legs, relax a little bit. Today's practice is focusing on the front muscles. Lesson 1, we focused on the back muscles and the extensor muscles. Today we will be focusing on the front muscles. Main muscle is the rectus abdominis. But when the front muscles have to contract, the back muscles have to expand to allow this contraction of the front muscle to happen smoothly. But when they both pull together, then your contraction is not proper, your flexibility is not proper, the range of motion gets impacted. As we progress in the practice, you will be releasing both the back muscles and the front muscles more and more. and you will experience a greater flexibility as you advance in the movement. A word of caution, some of you have communicated with me slight difficulties, like those who had communicated about back problem originating. Be careful as to when you are coming up with your head raised up, reduce your range of movement, stay within your zone of comfort. Those who had expressed something regarding sensitivity in the body, also keep movement less. Don't aggressively come too much. The movement involves trying to raise your head with your elbow, trying to take the elbow in the direction of your knees. The temptation is to go and touch the knees. That is not required, particularly if you have difficulties. Don't ever attempt to touch the knees. Leave it within your zone of comfort. Only aim in the direction of your knees. Those of you who have got a particular shoulder problem, you may not be able to take your hand under your head, in which case keep it in whichever position you are comfortable and visualize that your elbow is under your head and you are taking it in the direction in which you are moving. Those who have got shoulder problems may want to avoid raising the head completely or raise the head very little from the ground. So be in your comfort zone. If you have any difficulties during the practice, please unmute and ask for clarifications as to what you can do. If you feel any discomfort during the movement, immediately stop the movement, close your eyes, mentally visualize the movement, or unmute and ask for directions. But under no circumstance, continue to practice in the zone of discomfort, suffering, pain. So be extremely careful, take care of yourself. Now lie on your back, legs folded. Keep the legs straight first. We'll do a very quick body scan. Arms by the side of the body, palms facing the sky. And then pay attention to how the heels are touching the ground and in what position are your feet. Are the feet completely flopped on the side along the ground, or is it angled up a little from the ground? If so, in which direction is it pointed? Is it completely vertical? Is it slanted? And are they symmetrical on the right side and the left side? Mentally pay attention. Then pay attention to back of your knees. How is the back of your knees resting against the ground? Are both the knees completely flushing against the ground, or are they raised from the ground? If so, to what extent? Then come to both the buttocks. What is the pressure between them and the ground? And are they symmetrical on the right and the left side? Now pay very close attention to the back. Start from the lower back. How much of the lower back is touching the ground? How much of the lower spinal cord is touching the ground? Then pay attention to mid-back. How much of your mid-back is touching the ground? How much of the mid-spinal cord is touching the ground? Pay careful attention. You will be comparing it at different points in time to notice subtle differences that you will experience. Then upper back, how much of it is lying on the ground or touching the ground? How much of it is raised above? Upper spinal cord. Now both the shoulders. Are both the shoulders flushed against the ground, or are both the shoulders raised away from the ground? Then your neck, and then the head. Now very slowly fold both the legs. Feet are flat on the ground. Knees are pointed towards the ceiling. In this position, we will be doing what is called arch and flat. So your buttocks will be on the ground. You will roll the lower spine down. Your tailbone will slightly come up from the ground. The tailbone will slightly come up from the ground when you roll down the lower spine. And then you will roll back, the lower back touching the ground, and the tailbone will come away from the ground. Experience this very carefully. Now, you will be doing this movement. While breathing in, you will roll the lower spine down. And while breathing out, you will roll it back.
Sir, can you show one time?
It's difficult to show because you cannot see it. It's like this. You will have to visualize the lower back going down. So this portion will actually arch and the tailbone will press against the ground. So if you actually move your fingers below your back, you can feel the lower back arching, but your buttocks are on the ground, they don't raise. And the tailbone will slightly press against the ground. And then when you roll back, the lower back will touch more of the ground and the tailbone will slightly come away from the ground. So you'll have to sense it and get it. Now, I want you to keep one hand at the pelvic bone, one hand at the lower chest. And then when you are arching, you feel the movement of the front muscles, feel how they are contracting and how they are relaxing back when you're rolling back. So now roll down, feel the front muscles, feel their contraction, and when you're rolling back, feel their relaxation. 2 more times, arch and flatten. Then take away your hands and relax. And just this one movement, has it made any change in the way your back is lying on the ground? Pay attention and see. Just this one movement of arch and flatten, has it created any change in your back? Then once again be ready. This time, take your right hand under your head. If you have a shoulder pain, you cannot take it, leave it out on the side. And very slowly, breathing in, allow your lower back to roll down, tailbone pressing against the ground. As you roll back, allow your head and the elbow to raise up from the ground. Only the elbow and the head raises up from the ground. In case you want to see, first I roll down, then when I'm rolling back, I just come up. And then I go down very slowly, breathing in, once again rolling the lower back down, pressing the tailbone down. While breathing out, I once again come up with the elbow and the head. The hand is supporting the head. And then slowly breathing in, you will go back. 3 times, and then relax. Now, if you want to watch the movement, you can watch.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
this is the cat stretch series, right?
This is a part of the cat stretch series, the first one. Lesson 1 and 2 of the cat stretch.
First one, okay. All right.
Now watch the movement. The movement remains the same throughout. So you can follow from instructions once you understood. I'm starting with my right hand under my head. So I'll show it from this side. My right hand is under my head. I lift my I lift my right leg up, hold it with my left hand, and then I will breathe in and arch the lower back, tailbone against the ground. While breathing out, I will bring the head up, elbows pointed towards the knees. Those who can comfortably can go and touch. Others just take it, point the elbow in the direction of the knees. You don't have to touch it. So get ready for the movement. Right hand under your head. The right leg slightly raised. Left hand is holding the leg above the knees. Now breathing in, let your lower back roll down, arching the lower back a little bit. Tailbone presses against the ground. As you breathe out, allow your head and the elbow to come up from the ground. Draw your leg closer to the chest. Aim your elbow towards the knees. Be in your comfort zone. You don't have to touch. You don't have to touch. Go down slowly, go down slowly, go down slowly. If you go down very fast, it will be not giving you the result. So what you should do is, if it is difficult to come up too much and then go down slowly, come up only a little bit and go down slowly. Second round, arch your lower back, breathing in, tailbone presses. Then very slowly breathing out, allow your elbow and the head to come back very slowly, very slowly. Germinate is paining, is it? Okay. Try and see if it can come down a little more slowly. Even slower than this if it is not uncomfortable. Very good. That will give you a lot more benefit. Now release and straighten your leg. And now pay attention to the right side of your body and compare it with the left side of the body. And see what differences you can experience on the right side and the left side. Is there a difference in the way the right shoulder is resting against the ground as compared to the left shoulder? Is the right side back lying closer to the ground as compared to the left side? Is there any change in the pressure of your heels on the right side as compared to the left side? Now very slowly, fold the legs back again. This time, the left hand will be under the head. The left leg will be lifted up. The right hand will support it. And once again, breathe in, arch your lower back, tailbone presses against the ground. Very slowly, while breathing out, allow your lower back to roll back and your head comes up, elbow pointed in the direction of your knee, of your left knee. Then go down slowly. Now, in the second round, when you're rolling back, if you can press your back a little more on the ground, you will notice you can come up a little more from your head and the elbow. See if this happens. This also activates greater relaxation of your back muscles. So try this. As you breathe in, roll down, arch your lower back, tailbone presses on the ground. As you breathe out, let your lower back press more against the ground when your head is coming up with the elbow pointed towards the left knee, and see if you can lift your head a little more because you're pressing the lower back more on the ground. Experience this difference. And then repeat 2 more times on your own. And then stretch your legs. Once you've completed 2 more rounds, very slowly stretch your legs. Make the movement slow and steady. Take your own time. In somatics, those who complete first are not the winners. So take your time to come down. Feel the effect of the movement. Sense your body as you are doing the experience. If you cannot pay attention to the part that you're working on, the benefit is not as much as it is when you pay attention to the parts that you're working on. Now we will do what is called a cross-lateral movement. So in this, you will bring your right hand under your head. You will lift your left leg up. So right hand under the head, lift the left leg up, and listen to me first. When you are coming up, your right elbow will point in the direction of your left knee. The right elbow will point in the direction of the left knee, and you will try to pull the left knee closer to your chest. Point number 1. Point number 2. When you are coming up, the front muscles, mainly the rectus abdominis, is contracting. The back muscles, the extensor muscles, are extending. See if you can visualize both. It's easy to experience the contraction of the rectus abdominis, the front muscle. A little more difficult to experience the stretching of the back muscles, but try and pay attention as you are doing it. When you are bringing the head down and taking the leg back, both the sides muscles will be relaxing, going back to their resting tone. See whether you can experience this relaxation of the muscle. So get ready for the movement now. Breathing in, keep the left leg raised and in position. Breathing in, roll down your lower spine. Tailbone touches against the ground. Breathing out, come up, right knee pointed, right elbow pointed towards the left knee. Slowly come down. Very good. Very good. 2 more rounds, very slowly on your own. 2 more rounds, very slowly on your own. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Come down slowly, come down slowly, come down slowly. You don't have to raise too high. You don't have to touch the knee. You only have to point in the direction. Any discomfort, immediately suspend the movement and do the movement in your mental visualization. Once you have completed, stretch your legs straight.
Sir, in this position, our left feet will be touching the ground, or it will also go up?
It'll raise up, no?
Okay.
See, when you're doing it like this, the leg comes up so the feet is above the ground.
Sure.
And then you breathe. Bring the elbow pointing in the direction.
Got it. Thank you.
But be careful, Ritesh. once you have completed the round, stretch your legs. Once again, experience the body, what you can feel. Between the right side and the left side, sense the body, sense the differences. And now what you're going to do is you're going to mentally visualize. Imagine, without doing the action, just imagine you've kept your left hand under your head. See a mirror image in your mind's eye, raising your right leg, supporting it with the right hand, and then mentally see in your mirror image, you're raising your head, you're pointing the elbow in the direction of the right knee, you're pressing your lower back nicely down against the ground, and the elbow and the head is coming up much more smoothly going towards the knee. Repeat this mentally 2 or 3 times. Now get ready for the movement. Move the right leg up, left hand under the head. Breathing in. Yeah. You have a question?
Legs folded, right?
Legs folded, yeah. This position, if my left hand is under my head, the right hand is raised, the right leg is raised, right hand supports it, I come up, I move the knee closer, and I bring the elbow closer to the knees. If possible, I will touch it, otherwise I will leave it as it is. Got it, Rati? Rati, is your question answered?
So it was I who asked, Jayashree.
Okay, sorry. So very slowly, make the movement now. Breathing in, roll your lower pelvis down. Tailbone presses, breathing out, bring the head and the elbow up, move the knees closer, bring the elbow closer to the knee wherever you can comfortably do it. Be in your zone of comfort. Be in your zone of comfort. Three rounds and then relax. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
When we come up,
Ah.
do we have to exhale or inhale?
Exhale while coming up. Inhale while the lower pelvis is rolling down.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Once you've completed, stretch your legs and relax and feel the effect on both sides now. How is the lower back lying against the ground? How is the mid back? How is the upper back? How is the shoulders aligned along the ground? What differences can you feel as compared to what you did in the beginning? You're now comparing notes from where you started to where you have reached. If more of your back is aligned with the ground, more of your shoulders is touching the ground, more of your muscles have relaxed. Experience that difference. Now, once again, very slowly, keep both the hands under the head, interlace them below your head. Both the hands under the head, interlace them below the head. Fold your legs, feet flat on the ground, knees towards the ceiling. Now, in this, listen to me carefully and then do it. First, breathing in, you will roll down the lower spine, tailbone will press against the ground, the lower belt region will form an arch. When you're breathing out, you will raise both the elbows up, raise the head up wherever you can reach, only till there. And try to bring the elbows a little closer to each other, and then breathing out in once again. Go back, head rests on the ground, lower back arches, tailbone presses on the ground. So 5 times, very slowly. Go back very slowly. Go back very slowly. Go back very slowly. Go back very slowly. When the head is coming down, take the movement very slow. Take the movement very slow. Feel the effect. Can you feel the front muscles contracting when you're coming up? Can you feel the backside muscles extending, allowing you to come up? Press your lower back a little more on the ground and see, does this support your head coming up? Feel the difference. Go down slowly, go down slowly, go down slowly. Once you have completed 5 rounds, then stretch your legs and relax. Stretch your legs and relax now. We'll be doing the last movement. So for this, you will raise both the legs up, keep them in position. Hands are under the head, both the hands are under the head. You will breathe in, roll down your lower pelvis, tailbone presses against the ground. While you are breathing out, you will bring the head up, both the elbows will be pointing in the direction of respective knees. Try to bring the knees closer to your chest. Very slowly, breathing out, come back and relax.
Earlier it was not like this.
Very slowly, relax.
We lift our feet off the ground. Do we lift our feet off the ground in this one?
Yeah. It's like this. You first position yourself keeping the legs up, hands under the head. You breathe in and roll down, and breathe out, it will come up. And then breathe in and roll down. Breathe out, it will come up. Only 3 times.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Can you unmute? Yeah. Thanks.
So the earlier one
And then
which we
relax.
did
After
5
3
times.
rounds, relax. Please don't overdo it. Just 3 rounds and relax. Now we have completed lesson 2. I will now show you a couple of movements which are good for people who have slight curvature on the spine. So try and watch this movement carefully and then try it. Shivani, can you keep your video on? Now, yeah. This will be particularly good for you on the right side, Shivani. Now, what we are going to do, I'll show it on the right side. I have kept my right hand under the head. My left leg is straight. My right leg is folded. Now, in this position, I will bring the elbow and the head along the ground and the knees along the ground, trying to bring both of them closer to each other. You don't have to touch. So what you're doing is you're curving the spine in the direction in which it tends to curve and bringing it back very slowly, and then it will start straightening automatically. So very slowly you should come back. So try to curve the elbow and the knees along the ground. It creates a C curve, and then very slowly take it back into position. So all of you, first on the right side, and Shivani, make the movement a little less so that you are comfortable. Very slowly. If the leg will not come to the ground, it's okay.
Sir,
Yeah,
can you
Anuj.
explain it once again?
Huh?
Can you explain once again?
Yeah, yeah. Left leg is straight,
Yes.
right leg is on the floor,
Yeah.
bend like this, right hand is under the head, and then you try to bring the right elbow and the head and the right knee towards each other, wherever it can come. And then slowly come back. Slowly come back.
Sure, thank you.
And once you've done it for 3 times on the right side, just stretch your legs and relax. Take some rest now. Feel your body. Feel changes that you can notice in the body. And then when you're ready, do the same on the left side. And once you've done it, relax. And relax. Now, if all of you can sit up, your sides towards the camera and keep your video on. Generally, after you have done this exercise, your body must be sitting more straight. So I can take a view and tell you how straight it looks. One by one, I'll take a look. Your side should be towards the camera. Only then I can make out how straight your body has become. Very good.
Need to sit up.
Yeah. Sit up with your side to the camera. And if the camera is on, then I can see. Face straight. Face should look straight. You don't look at the camera. Yeah. Most of you have got your postures much straighter. And very good. Fantastic improvement. Now I'll show you a screen from the book as to how it generally tends to be. Can you just, I'll share my screen and then let me know if you can see it. Yeah. Now if you see the first photograph where I'm pointing my cursor is how your lower back is contracted, you tend to sit, but you imagine you are sitting straight. And after this exercise, this is how you are sitting, but you will tend to feel that you are moving a little forward. So that is the difference that it makes, but over a period of time, you will start sitting in this position all the time as you keep practicing this more and more. So that's the effect that we were trying to see when we were trying to measure as to how you feel. You can feel your own back now. You can feel that you're generally a little more straighter on your own. You can experience that difference from where you were before. Okay? Now, we have some time. So because we have time, for those who do not have much of a problem, I will give you 2 additional movements which you can practice. It's similar to the ones. Those who have shoulder or back problem should be extremely careful, and if possible, don't do it only in your mind. Okay? This movement is the same as what we did before, but in the first movement, we brought the elbows closer to the knees. In this movement, we will bring the chin closer to the knees and then very slowly go back. You will bring the chin closer to the knees and then very slowly you will go back. 3 times on this leg and then 3 times on this leg. So please try. These are not part of the lessons. These are additional movements. Since we have some time, I'm just taking you through it. Anita, you can try a little bit. Don't do the full movement, but a little bit.
Yes, I'm trying just that. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you are talking about this being in the back curvature or back curvature.
We're talking about?
This second exercise you told us, the cat stretch with the chin on the knee is for the back curvature.
Yeah, this is not exactly in, see, ultimately the cat stretch is a picking up of some element from each of the lessons we're going to do. And it has made it convenient, and it made it packaged into a 5-minute to 7-minute program, which you can easily do on a daily basis. So everything that you do in the cat stretch, you'll find it is picked up from each of the lessons we are doing. Like when we do lesson 3, you will see the next movement. So we are doing the movements in greater detail here. In cat stretch, you do only one summary.
Ramesh, I have one question.
Yeah.
Since you explain, the knee has to be in the direction of chin or direction of shoulder?
let it come in whichever direction it can come.
It can
So,
come
for
up.
example, if I'm doing on the right side, you just move the knees closer to the chest, let it come in whichever direction you want, and then bring the hand closer. So, generally, it will come straight.
Yeah, I can able to touch the knee to the chin.
Yeah.
That's
Knee
okay.
is generally going in the direction of the shoulder, but coming closer to the chest.
Okay. In my case, it is able to touch the chin also.
Okay, very good. Once you've completed one side, you can repeat on the other side and then relax.
Sir,
Yeah,
when we are going up, breathe in, no? And coming down, breathe out, no?
breathe. No, coming up is breathing in. I'm sorry, coming up is breathing out, going down is breathing in.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Runali, how is the shoulder now?
It's paining, sir.
It's paining, then don't do so much. Okay.
Okay.
Once you've completed, please sit up. Feel the effect of what you have done on your body. What changes can you experience in the posture in which you are sitting? Now, in this, we will do one specific practice, which again is not part of the lesson as given in Myth of Aging, but something that is very useful from your perspective. In this, you will close your eyes, keep both the hands on your knees, then keeping the eyes closed, you will bring both the hands straight in front, palms facing each other. With the eyes completely closed, make sure that both the palms are at the same height. When you make sure that according to you, both the palms are at the same height, then gently open your eyes and see where they are. Are they at the same height or are they different? This is what we do to visualize whether your external reality and your mental visualization is same or not. If it is not, then once again bring your hand back, close your eyes once again, take the arms again in front, align both of them at the same height. Once you feel you have brought them to the same height, then gently open your eyes and see whether they are at the same level. Once you have perfected this, bring your hands back. Now keeping the eyes closed, bring both the hands in front, only the index finger is pointed out. If you want, first keep the eyes open and see, your index finger is up in this direction. Okay? So you'll close your eyes, you'll bring both the index finger in front, and when both the index finger you feel have been positioned at the same height, then open your eyes and see how it is. Now if you see my left is lower than my right, and then I have not perfected it, so I'll close my eyes, once again bring them. You should not touch each other and make it. Without touching, you should bring them to the same height. This will improve your internal visualization of the spatial external view, improves your concentration, brings in a lot more of advantage, something that you can try on a daily basis. Now slowly stop the practice, close your eyes, be in a meditative position. Get ready to chant mantra Om 3 times. Make your sankalpa. I'm chanting mantra Om, creating protective energy field around me that keeps me protected from all external negative influences, antibodies, and viruses. Take a deep breath. Shanti mantras. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya, sarvesham swastir bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Triyambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarkamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Shanti 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 Harigi Om. Rub your hands nicely when they are warm. Then keep them on your eyes. Feel the warmth flowing in from the palm into the eyes. Very gently open your eyes. Be observant of colors you can see when you open your eyes. Then slowly release your palm. Hari Om Tat Sat. So see you all on Tuesday for lesson 3 of Myth of Aging. And those who have been communicating with me, let me know how this session has helped you or not, so that we will know how it moves. Okay? Thank you very much.
Sir, can we get a recording of this session?
Yes,
so
yes,
that
yes. You
we
will
can
get
repeat.
it.
Oh, thank you.
All the recordings will be uploaded every time.
Okay, thank you.
If you, it's in my YouTube channel. So if you subscribe, you'll get notifications also.
Sure, sure.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in the visualization, the hands coming closer and then going apart.
I'm not able to. You give me a call, Runali. I'll talk to you on the phone.
Sir, in the visualization, what you showed the last,
Yeah.
hands coming closer and then going apart.
No, they don't have to. See, you can position them at one place. Like, for example, if you keep it straight, you don't have to bring it closer. Because if you touch, then you will know they're on the same height. It is not serving the purpose. So while closing the eyes itself, you should bring it like this. And then you must imagine that I'm bringing it to the same level. And then open the eyes and see whether they are or not.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye. Chalo, bye.